Hey you guys, my name is Deona, and on this channel I discuss topics on becoming that wife, hashtag Proverbs 31. And today we are going to talk about 5 things to leave in 2022 if you desire to be in marriage. And if you are interested, please continue watching this video. First thing you need to leave in 2022 is self-centeredness, which is a person who thinks the world revolves around them. It's time to start considering someone else's feelings outside of yourself. You are not the only one in this world. I am so sorry to tell you this. It's really major to start considering now, especially if you desire to be a wife. Only because I know your husband is out there looking for you. The only way that you're going to see him and receive him if you are outside of your own feelings, because he is looking for a helpmate. Yes, that word, helpmate. We're going to get through this, y'all. We're going to get through this together because it's a journey. But yes, that is the first thing you should let go in 2022 if you desire to be a wife. I'm trying to cover up the rain. Ghetto. The second thing that you need to leave in 2022 is assuming that there is a perfect man. God created man for you. Matter of fact, you are actually created for a man. Let's get this clear, because man was created to not be alone. Did I say that right? Men are actually not made to be alone. They are not created to be alone. So God created wife outside of a husband. So you are delicately created for a specific man. So with the skills, the talents, whatever the tools that you have is literally specified for a certain man out there that is desiring your gifts. So the man that God has for you is literally seeking you, looking for you. I highly suggest that you start praying for your husband now. I talk a lot more in this video. Seriously, your husband is literally out there. I truly believe that every woman has a husband. I truly believe that every woman husband is out there, and we should all be praying for our specific man and making sure that these he not getting entangled with some entanglements. The next thing you should leave in 2022 is assuming that habits of a single woman is going to get you closer to being married or getting married or becoming a wife. Once again, I'm a big believer of the Bible, and the Bible is it's not filled with fluff at all. It has specific words in there in specific orders. And one thing I see coming out a whole lot, and even in my own marriage, I hear my husband really desiring respect and trust. And in the Bible, it talks a lot about women. Respect your man. Who could find a virtuous wife? And, the man who trusts his wife and stuff like that. It doesn't really talk about a man wanting love and all that stuff. That's a woman thing. And I hear a lot of women say, oh, I love my man. I unconditionally love my man. Well, men don't really care about that. They really desire respect and trust. And if you are a single woman who is showing that she don't respect herself by going out doing all types of things, talking crazy, talking left and right, disrespecting her body, going out letting other men disrespect her, use her body, whatever it is, it's definitely losing some valuable points on your end, especially if you don't even know if your husband is looking at you from a distance. I don't know. He may have an eye on you. We just don't know where your husband is at. But at the same time, God is not going to release your husband if God knows that you are not even respecting yourself. And that is one thing that men desire, is respect. I bet you, if everyone was to do this, men will step their game up. But men is really accepting what is being presented to them. And as women, we're literally just throwing ourselves to these men, so they really have nothing to work towards. I'm not really big on keep saying men are like dogs, but matter of fact, I'm not going to say that at all. But it's going to sound a little sexist, I guess. I'm not sure. But women and men were raised a little bit different. While women had to learn how to cross their legs and wait till marriage. Men get a high five when they bag a girl or something like that as they grew up. So they just have a different mind because they was taught different, they was praised different, and it's just up to us to continue on these you know, traditional habits, I guess, which they do work, you guys. I was never a big fan of it growing up myself. I actually did not want to get married whatsoever, but when I started practicing these beautiful virtuous habits, these royal habits, don't look at them as traditional. To me, they're royal, they're virtuous, they're of God, and God knows what's best for us. It really works. It just really works. And now that I see that homes are being broken and the woman and the men responsibilities are switching off, it's just getting a little messy out here. So I truly believe that we need to get back into an alignment with the things of God, and whatever that looks like in your home, you know, by all means, you should listen to God. Because I don't think every woman is a housewife. I do not think that. I don't think every woman is a house mom, because there's men who desire to be home with their kids, who wants to cook for their wife, and then the wife may want to, and it may work out for them that the wife goes to work. So, but at the end of the day, the man is the head of the household, and the woman is the helpmate, whatever that looks like in your home. One thing for sure is that a man desires respect and trust, and he definitely judge that based on how you treat yourself and how you present yourself to the world. The next big thing that has to go in 2022 is stubbornness. I used to wear my stubbornness with pride. I actually have the word spoiled tattooed on the back of my neck. And nothing went my way. Stubborn queen is coming out. But when I learned that stubbornness is actually a form of witchcraft, I had to literally work through that deliverance and maintain in that deliverance. And it's actually not really cute. Now that I'm delivered from stubbornness, it's actually not cute. It's far from cute. It actually causes a very, very hardened heart. And when a hardened heart, it causes bitterness. It just causes a lot of ugly traits to develop. And it's really not cute. And one thing I also learned is that true men desires a tender heart. That does not mean you have to be out here being nice and accept it all and, you know, getting ran over and all that stuff. This just totally means how you respond to things, instead of being like, oh, I don't gotta hear this, I'm crossing my arms, whatever. It's more so being open to the idea of having a conversation. Earlier, I must admit, me and my husband had one of those debates that was going on for a couple of hours actually. And that did not happen for a very long time. And I kind of like slammed the door and ran down the steps. And I kind of like shed a few tears on the steps. I quickly came back. Not saying that we came back and made up, but I came back with a whole, you know, still fighting for us. If that makes sense. Instead of being stubborn, like, you know what, I don't got time for this. You know what I mean? Just that whole stubbornness attitude. But I am seeing that I came a long way. And that has to go if you desire to be a wife. Because first of all, if you want to be a Christian, if you want to be a woman of God, stubbornness is literally a form of witchcraft. And it's definitely not something that should be entertained in the walk of God at all, let alone in your marriage. So definitely let it go. The next big thing that has to go in 2022, if you desire to be a wife, is being bossy. Because one thing for sure, being virtuous is not being bossy. Men do not want a bossy chick unless you want a weak man. It depends. Matter of fact, it really depends on what kind of man you want. If you want a man to walk over, by all means, do your thing. But if you want a leader, if you want an alpha man, you gotta like bring that bossiness thing down. you know? It cannot be two masculine people in a relationship. I consider myself very leader-minded, strong-minded, but there is times I really have to dim it down. And luckily I have a husband who is very alpha-like, who is also patient with me too. But he will tell me, like, you're not letting me talk. Like, he's very calm with it too. He'll say things like, I don't like the way you talk to me. That's not cool. You did not, first of all, I'm still talking. You know, come in with those little things that make me be like, oh, all right. Although alpha men may be attracted to a strong woman, but long term it's definitely is going to be bumping heads, because masculine and masculine does not match. It's time for us women to become feminine. It's time to walk into our femininity, if I'm even saying that word right. It's time for us, if you have a good man who's willing to lead you, it's time for us to take it down a notch and just allow him to lead. There's nothing wrong with challenging him. There's nothing wrong with, you know, encouraging him, pushing him, you know, helping him out like the helpmate that we are. There's nothing wrong with steering the gear a little bit, but it is time for us to bring it down a bit. So yeah, that is all I have for you. I really hope it helped. If you are interested in continuing your journey on becoming that wife, click the link down below to submit an application. I only have a few slots left. And yeah, also make sure that you like, share, subscribe, all those good YouTube-y things. Anything else that I'm missing? Oh, check me out on my Instagram, becoming.thatwife or whatever. Yeah, that's all I have for you. And I hope to see you next week or whenever I post again. So